Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are once more. So it's rather impressive, really, isn't it? I suppose when it rains, it does in fact pour when it comes to get a Grigsby play-by-email games. So I have received the actual turn from Lord Cucumber. And here we are once more then, so it should be fairly interesting. Aye, indeed. Trying to remind myself now of where we are. So, of course, we do have something of a pullback over here. We are trying to pull back in this location. See, of course, we do need to deal with Brest-Litovsk. Yeah, okay. We do have an opportunity here to obviously surround this division. Cucumber has advised me that he is in fact pulling back from the north, obviously from Estonia, with panzers and motorized, which is obviously for the best. At least then he can be closer to the actual supply line. If we take a look at the actual supply line itself, it's not too bad actually. It does actually extend up over here, so it does actually have that going for him. But of course we do need to have this extend now towards Pskov to actually keep Army Group North in somewhat supply, well, in something of a supplyable status. So how do we want to do this then? We could obviously have the rail line go this way. I think we need to look for what would be best. Half of me kind of does lean towards having something run a little bit further to the south and then up. This route obviously would be faster. But I'm also thinking about the forces down here to the south for the most part, and of course it would benefit my army groups as well, and to have that source of supply slightly closer. But then again, he does have forces up here in Estonia, so we do need to aid them. Okay, so what we will do then is we will have the FBD group move in something of a compromise, move up here through the centre. Now, of course, I am the commander of Army Group Centre in this series. So we'll be just, I mean, we do have control of the FBDs here, just to make it a little bit easier for everybody to manage. Actually, go back there, go up. Right, there we go. The Panzer Group will definitely be happy in the following turns. Okay, so our own supplies is, yeah, as you can imagine, nothing less than stellar, if I was being ironic. Because in all honesty, this really hurts. This absolutely burns inside. I'm somewhat tempted to actually have this line go down this way. This other line is going to head down here. Though... yeah, we'll have it run down this way. I think that may be for the best, as this will actually allow the rails to move further forward. I absolutely need to be closer to the railhead. Okay, there we go. This may bring... okay, so we're looking at an additional 4 hexes there, so we may be about up to there. Which is going to be good. That will actually cover the Panzer Group over here, the 3rd Panzer Group, which has not moved for quite a long time here. It does seem as though the Soviets have reinforced this sector. It's not terribly strong, it still is breakable. We just need to find a way around it, to be honest. So, how do we accomplish that? Indeed. Now, we do have a few Soviet divisions over here. We could actually cut them off with a security division here. It seems Cucumber is moving 2 divisions into this area by the Disna River, just south of the Dvina. So not bad, actually. That will actually aid me quite a lot. Of course, we do have these divisions to wipe out here in the rear that have been absolutely tenacious on this difficulty. Indeed. Okay, so let's take a look. We'll take a look for the past battles then if we can. Interesting. Right, so the Soviets have been dropping in air supplies here. That is actually rather interesting. Yep, this would be against the AI. What's up there, Carl? How you doing, my dude? Yeah, so this is probably why the AI has been even more tenacious than we would have hoped for, due to the fact they are using air supplies. Intriguing. Right, is this only showing me... Right, that's just showing me battle sites, so there wasn't really too terribly much here. You can see that we did have some battles. Yeah, Agrippa has recognized the threat here to the south. It is going to be difficult for him, but if he actually cuts them off here, then he'll be able to deal with the situation. Okay. But we'll keep on pushing here. So of course we do have the core that was moved to the north. This should be sufficient now to crush them once we actually do build our numbers up. So what we'll do then is, let's see. Right. You're of course part of this core. Occupy this position here. You do have enough for a planned attack, which is what we need. Now, it will seem overkill to actually have so much in the way of force deployed here, but we really do have to consider this. Though, let's see. I can move you here into this position. Can you hear the aerodromes? Yes, I'm not entirely sure where they are right now. So what would be a good idea is to actually run reconnaissance. At least then that would reveal something of the enemy for us, which would be quite helpful, I could imagine. Okay. I mean, our airfields are actually in a very dangerous position here. The Red Army has been really irritating in this area. I do have security divisions to actually shield them. Reinforcements there for Cucumber. Let's see. I'll move them to the front or somewhere where they would be required. I'm going to say over here by Piskov. His forces over here are still attached to OKH. So what we're going to do here then, we do have a lot of administration points. Let's see. We'll have them attached to the 18th Army. So have them attached. So 18th Army. There we go. So we have Ally Corps. Okay, have them assigned to this division. Sorry, to this Corps command. There we go. That will improve their effectiveness as well, greatly so. Okay, yep, these forces also need to be assigned. So you're still assigned to Army Group North. I'm going to have you assigned to 18th Army as well. There we go. Have you attached to the nearest Corps command? That'll do fine. Yes, it would definitely help. Though in this impossible difficulty, it is... it's one of those of... it doesn't make the biggest difference. Okay. I'd rather go here to aid the security division. So what we'll do then is we do have enough for a planned attack with the 106th and the 221st. What I'm going to do here then is... Let's see. We'll deal with this one first and foremost. Okay, use these 3 divisions. It's something of overkill. We should be able to manage that though. I'm going to move the actual core headquarters up closer. What do I actually have then in terms of support? Okay, a good mix of howitzers and pioneers. Some stugs in there, so assault, well, SPGs really. Not terribly large numbers though. Okay, we are forced to surrender at bloody last. Losses are not too bad. Okay. Forced to retreat here. Follow that attack up. Right, and they finally surrender. Okay. Took far longer than I would have ever hoped, but at least it is done. And we can continue to move up now. What we'll do here then is move the core up. We'll use our forces here to hit this division. Ideally they surrender, but we do have additional forces. Yep, they hold. Okay. See, that is a colossal pain in the backside. Okay. Can you attempt a planned attack? No, you can only perform a hasty. It may be worthwhile. No, I can't right now. I'd imagine the Soviet order of battle is pretty phenomenal at this point. Yeah, 4.5 million men. Huge, huge numbers there. And it's going to keep growing. How you doing there, Blackstar? Hello there, Sam. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, so the Soviet-ordered battle is pretty huge. Okay, hasty attack does finally net them. Yeah, it took way too long here. But that is the difficulty of the AI on this sort of level. Okay, have the security move up. Okay, change their doctrine to intercept Soviet planes. Absolutely. Yeah, I know, right? I missed it, Black Star. You always come in to make everything okay. Right then, so ground support, what we're going to do then is reduce that down. I'm going to actually turn it off, to be honest. Well, we'll have a low level of ground support. I really don't want to go with much there. Interdiction. Okay. Actually, I can just turn ground support off, couldn't I, if I wanted to. At this point in the war, the Soviets cannot really do ground support, at least up to the IL-2 production. Okay. Oh, wow, you had influenza. Man, that really, really sucks. I've never actually had it myself, but I can imagine it would be quite awful. Okay. Yeah, they had nowhere left to go there. We'll eventually finish them. Not in the time frame that I would have normally expected, but they did manage to resupply. Okay, we can't perform a plant attack, so what I'll do is... we'll go with a plant attack here. Move the core up, actually. Right. Okay, we'll adjust our air doctrine in just a moment. Okay, obviously the failure that we expected, and a hasty obviously to reduce our defensive. That sounds pretty good. Right, not enough to actually perform a hasty attack. But at the end of the day, we do have what we needed for the most part. Once we deal with this as well, our logistics really were hurt when the enemy did cut it here. We are struggling to make it work, but we will do. I mean, once we actually have the FPDs moving up here to the front, we'll be in a much better position. We've not had that luxury for a long time. I do need to just clear them up in the rear area. I think it's an absolute necessity at this point. Okay. Absolute overkill by normal standards. Okay, I might be able to actually pull off a hasty attack there. They do hold. Can I... Right, I could with one, but that's not enough. So there's Zombie Killer, how you doing, my man? 9 here, 7 here. This campaign is, yeah, it is. I think that's what we can be, what we can say here. It's going alright, I suppose. We're making progress. But we know we'll eventually lose here. It's good practice, which is always a good thing. Well, we are looking pretty close to Smolensk. I think we do need to try and bludgeon our way through here. Thankfully, they have left the town of Olsha actually undefended, which actually does give me something of a respite there. It's a good position, so that would be quite nice to actually take possession of. Right. We'll find a way. Life finds a way. And so does Army Group Center. Whoops. Okay. So now that the FBD group is actually free to move up, I could have them, obviously it would take them some time to actually arrive over here. We could attempt it though. It's the issue of the enemy being so close, but it may be... What I'm going to try and do here... No, sir. 3 bags full, sir. Okay, I'm going to attempt to move this FBD group. Right, okay, so you can actually repair this line as well. That's good, then. Well, what we'll do then is we'll bugger this area over here. We'll move over this way. Yeah, this is AI impossible. So what we have is we have Lord Cucumber in the north, and we have the Grappa Maxentius to the south. But yeah, we have what I like to affectionately call the Big Dipper here. But we'll break it. Okay. Farm up. Clear them from the town. A little bit like ping pong there. I know that only security brigades. Yeah, of course they can't manage it. Okay. Now, we are going to attempt another attack at Bratislava. The idea here is obviously to continuously reduce their defensive capabilities. Right, and the city finally has fallen there. It's taken much longer than I would have hoped for, but the city has finally fallen. And with that, that has of course freed up a great deal of force now, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm actually really quite happy about that. At long last, we'll have these additional divisions, we'll also have this additional corps command. Right, very good news, very good news. It also helps supply to pass. Fantastic. The nightmare is finally over at Brest. Okay, quite happy with that. At least we are having something going on. Well, the ball's rolling in our court for a change now. Only slightly, but still something. We are going to obviously cut this division off. Okay. You do need another division, so what we will do then is I'll have you move up over here, and we'll have this division assigned to this corps. Yeah. Oh dear. I'd love that optimism. We'll make it. If we try. Just the two of us. You and I. Okay, so let's bring up the drawing tool of absolute doom and misfortune. I don't know why it opens up on this side. I absolutely do not know why. It does irritate me. I've got a question. How does one use, effectively use HQ build-up? Last I played Germany, I couldn't figure out how to use it to get my panzers to 150% supply and fuel. Well, what it does is it allows them to obviously go beyond the 100% mark. What I would like to do is, like, for example, my panzers here are on 92%. This is probably the point where I'd actually consider using a HQ build-up, due to the fact that it would then allow them to stockpile past that 100% mark. But the thing is, yeah, I would say use it when you're fairly close to 100, because then at least it will make the most difference. But of course, if you use it other times, it will obviously allow you to build up the amount of fuel and supplies, that sort of thing. What's the goal for the campaign season, Smolensk? Yep, absolutely Smolensk. Absolutely Smolensk. What we need to do is, once ideally we do take Smolensk, we are going to have to establish defensive lines. The actual forests will be the key here. The rivers will be frozen, but we do have a couple bands of forests over here. We do have some actual swamps, but I don't know if swamp actually matters in the winters. I'd imagine it would be frozen over for the most part. But yeah, the forest is what we're going to be defending with. We do have some rough terrain. I'm expecting we'll be pushed back all the way here, if not further. But let's hope that we can actually inflict some good losses upon the Soviets here in the, well, while the weather's still good. I do have panzers ready. over here as well. I just do not see the reason to commit them yet when we don't have a way to actually make a viable use of them. So what I'm going to do here is actually use HQ build-up. So, wow, that admin point cost is huge, but we'll use it for our panzers. Not these ones yet, because of the fact that they're actually not on the supply line. I mean, neither of these guys, but they're actually within supply. We also do have Minsk over here with its supply of fuel. Ideally, that will help alleviate the issues. But those panzers will not move now. Pistol shots ringing out here. Okay, I'm in this position over here. It's obviously quite strong there. 94 defense. Makes it rather spicy. 19 here. 6, 13. See, the terrain is my opponent over here. And we are obviously being faced by some strong divisions. 0, 0, 1. Probably going to have to try and just break through here. If I can try and surround them, that'd be great. Just force our way. We'll manage it. Some way or another, we'll manage it. Okay, move the core command up to the front here. Let's see. Infantry is alright, but what we're going to do is actually reassign... well, we'll dismiss him, and I would like... Excuse me, sorry. I had some chili earlier on, and you know when you get like the sort of seeds that just come out of nowhere? Yeah, oh wow. Yeah, that definitely hit me like a bloody truck. Feel a tear coming on. Okay. I'm really looking for infantry. General. 7s. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely correct. Kampfwana. Not Varna. I know it was in command of another corps, but I do, I require somebody with, superior command here. Okay. What I have here in terms of support, very little. We are going to sign additional howitzers. Self-propelled, why not? Yeah, we're definitely lacking here in terms of actual guns. Okay. Take position here. Have the 35th initiate the attack. Defenses hold. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, the 102nd. They succeed. Now comes the difficulty of the fact that we could move in here, but it would absolutely destroy us because of the zone of control. Right, I mean, the 35th Tank Division is obviously going to take some additional support. Can I assign anything directly? I could assign Pioneers, But that's not going to be great. What I'm going to do instead then is, well, I'll actually assign the self-propelled, but obviously I'll give it to each division. If anything, may raise their capabilities ever so slightly. It's absolutely buggered. We're going to have to go overboard here with 3 divisions to actually make sure this may have a chance of succeeding. But even then, no. Hasty attack. Fails. Yeah, absolutely brutal. Fall back. Okay, take position. It's the best I'm really going to be able to manage here for the time being. Take position. Reinforce. Take the 131st Division. Okay, is it possible we could swing the Panzers down from Smolensk? Yeah, that's what I really do want to do. I want to actually reach Smolensk and then have the Panzers travel south. I think that's the only way we could actually achieve something in 1941, if indeed anything. Okay, I do have an attempt here for another hasty attack. It would seem, to be honest, it might be worthwhile just to reduce the actual numbers there. Okay, only a scout. It's not terribly far off, but yeah, we won't make progress today. We are slowly grinding through them, absolutely slowly. Once the rail lines do actually come closer to the front line, things will become significantly easier, but right now it is quite the challenge there. I'm going to pull back my armor, well, my motorized. Okay. It's interesting trying to spot the weaknesses here. There's not too particularly many. There's not really many, if any. We are going to have to just force our way across the river here. And that is going to hurt. We are going to sign, ideally, plenty of... Well, I was hoping that we would have pioneers, but we do not. That's what we have to hope for. Okay. Wow, really? That was actually quite unexpected. I'm honestly quite shocked at how that worked. Okay. We are going to have to attack here just to... Well, then again, there would be a waste with brigades. I'm actually quite shocked that worked. Yeah, I'm honestly quite shocked that worked. At this point, it would be best send all the mobile units to AGS and try to destroy the Stellano complex. Stellano complex, yep. It's an interesting point, actually. We're not far from a breakthrough here. Especially with that move. The Soviets may retake that position, but the fact that it fell is actually really a good sign. Surprisingly. Really surprisingly. We may have some wiggle room. Right, only scouted, but we are finding some progress here. Okay, we may be able to push through here in the following turn. This position is going to be... Yeah, I'm just going to assign them some additional support there, just to try and beef them up. They do have some pretty good defensive value there, which is nice. Pressure with the infantry and just the tanks around, yeah, that's what we're going to attempt to do here. I mean, honestly, I do have panzers, but yeah, they wouldn't go very far. It's not worth it unless we can actually make a solid breakthrough. Yeah, oh, absolutely. The only way that we'll be able to pull something here is basically if the AI is silly, which is what I'm kind of banking on. I'm hoping for that. Oh dear. Good, force him back. Right, we'll perform a second build-up here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm actually going to pull them back further just in... I mean, that threat is actually very real. That is very real. Whoops. Okay, can't please everybody. Okay. True. At least we do have some additional forces to move up. We should have some reinforcements have arrived. We do have the 8th SS Cavalry. I am actually... See, it's interesting. It's like, where would the cavalry serve best? I'm going to have to decide that. I think we may take it ourselves due to that, no. It would be helpful over here. I'll give it to, Cucumber. Have it assigned to the 18th Army. Okay. I will leave them on the rail lines, actually. I would say it's far... I'd say it's definitely worth it to have them moved up to over here, without having to move on to their own steam. So we have the second Flieger Corps. Yeah, which is here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Move you across the river. The fact that they're just out of fuel is incredible. I mean, this is it. It shows you just how much we are lacking supply here. Phenomenally so. I fear we'll lose this position. But there's not terribly much we can do about that. I think we may be able to attempt something of a breakthrough in the next turn, maybe. It's all about just building up that critical mass of infantry for us. But at least we do have something now where we do have additional points to push here. The 34th no longer has any fortifications. Their fortifications here are obviously 1s and 2s. Yeah, it's incredible how fast the AI actually entrenches. Which is not too bad, because at the end of the day I'll actually make use of these bloody entrenchments in the future. I mean, we are digging in over here. They've been sat there that long. Okay. What do we have here? We do have the Italians ready. We have Hungarian forces. Okay, I'll let Agrippa know that he has Axis allied forces ready to go. Yep, Italian and then Romanian. Of course, Hungarian as well. Even some Slovakian? Nah, it's a shame. I was hoping that we'd have some Slovakians. Oh well. Okay. We'll break through. It's a matter of time, and obviously the correct amount of pressure. But at least that we... at least with the fact that we've actually dealt with these in the rear now, it does mean that we can actually push forward with some confidence. Will help out. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed this, and do definitely stay tuned for the next episode. So, whatever you're doing, wherever you're doing it, have a great evening. Until next time, goodbye for now. If you've enjoyed this, please do consider supporting the channel. But, most importantly, have a great day. Goodbye for now.